Hi everyone, welcome back to Business Studies class. I hope you are convenient with the last video. So in today's video we'll start with the features of business. See, initially we have understood what is business, isn't it? So we have understood business as an economic activity. Other than business, we have two more economic activities like profession and employment also. And even we have seen the difference between the three economic activities like business, profession and employment on the basis of few points, like what is the risk involved in business, profession and employment, what will be the reward for business, profession and employment. Like this, by taking some of the points, we have seen how it is different from one another. But as we are concentrating on a topic or a concept called business, we will be learning only about the business in your particular chapters. So initially we will be starting with knowing features. Features are nothing but characteristics. What are these characteristics? Which helps to understand the attitude of a concept. See, for example, if you want to understand a person, if you want to know a person, initially we want to learn who he is or what he is, how he behaves in different situations. If we go on analyzing all these things about a particular person, we'll come to a conclusion that I know the nature of a particular person. Are you getting me? So how we will be knowing the nature of a person? By analyzing his characteristics, isn't it? Similarly, when we have to understand a concept, when we have to get a clear idea about a concept called business, we have to go with its features, that is characteristics. When we study the features, that is characteristics of business, we will be having a good idea of what is business. If you find that particular characteristic in that particular economic activity, you can easily say it is a business. If not, you will be confused. So how to identify business, how to identify a profession, and how to identify an employment. Example, I'll tell you. If you are seeing an activity, a human activity, and you have come to know that person is doing that particular activity to earn profit, to earn money. So there it is clear that it is an economic activity. But someone asks you what type of economic activity is, whether it is a business, it is a profession, or whether it is an employment. Then only if you know the characteristics, you can easily find out as it is a business, it is a profession, or it is a employment. In order to learn the concept in such a way, we study the characteristics. Why I am explaining about a particular heading is the features we will be seeing for all the concepts in your first year. We will be coming out with different concepts, and for every concept you will be learning features, objectives, merits, demerits, like that. So the intention of having your first year syllabus is to have good idea about the concept. I hope you are clear. Now let us study the features of business. They are like this. Total 7 points you have. This can be asked for 8 marks or even for 4 marks. So if it is asked for 4 marks, you have to write maximum 5 points. If it is for 8 marks, all the 7 points you have to write. So your points are like this. A business is an economic activity. It involves production or procurement of goods and services. It includes sale or exchange of goods and services. It involves dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. It is started to earn profit. There is uncertainty of returns and there is element of a risk. So these are the features. We'll go one by one. Initially, business is an economic activity. Why we say it is an economic activity? It is because it is done with the intention of earning what? A reward called profit. If you remember, in the classification we have seen returns are reward. So for business, the return will be profit. For the profession, the return will be fee. And for the employment, it will be salary or wage, right? So when someone is doing a business, it means he is doing a business with the intention of what? Earning money. Hence we say business is an economic activity. It is not a non-economic activity. No one does business without having intention of earning money. So you should be clear at that point. Hence we say business is an economic activity. The next, production or procurement of goods and services. So I told you, when I say production, you are changing the form of a product. So you are taking the raw material and you are making it into finished goods. That is your production. Procurement, in the sense you are taking something already produced things, you are taking as a business to resell. Okay. So when I say business, there should be procurement or production of goods and services. It means, always try to understand, the goods will be of two types. Goods will be of two types. So a business can deal with two type of goods, I mean. A first type of goods is called consumable goods and second one is capital goods. Consumable goods and capital goods. A business deals with two types of goods called consumable goods and capital goods. So what are these types? Consumable goods are those which are readily available to the consumers to consume. Like eatables, what we buy from the market, directly we use. Home appliances, what we purchase, we directly use for our own purpose. So those are called consumable goods. Consumable goods are those which are directly used by the consumers. But capital goods are those goods which are used in order to produce something else. Example, companies will be purchasing machineries, equipments. For example, if you want to have a business like dealing with Xerox and all, okay, so you'll be purchasing a Xerox machine. Or why you are purchasing it? You are purchasing it to you, which should be useful for your business, so that through that you do some business and earn money. So that particular thing is called capital goods. By using that, you are producing something else. What you are producing through the Xerox machine? Xerox copies of a particular information. So in that way, even companies will be purchasing machineries. Why those machineries are purchased? They are purchased for their own purpose, no, in order to produce something else. Is that clear? In that way, we differentiate the goods, that is capital goods and consumable goods. So when I say business, it may deal with consumable goods or it might be dealing with capital goods. But it deals with goods and even services. When you see someone is dealing in such a way, we can say it is a business. And then sale or exchange of goods and services. It is also an important and essential feature, because when you produce something, by procuring something, you are producing something. Why you are doing that? To resell to someone else. Say I have purchased a Xerox machine and I am doing a business. Why I am doing? If someone comes to me and asks a photocopy of that, I want to take a Xerox and give to them, for which they pay for me. So you are doing sale or exchange of something what you have. So when I say business, if you don't find this activity, sales activity, or exchanging a particular thing from me to you. See, for example, I am holding a retail shop. So I will purchase many things from the wholesaler. Okay, many stationery items I will purchase, eatables I will purchase. Why I am purchasing all those things? Is it for my use, own use, family use? No. In order to resell to someone else. So I will be having all those things in my retail shop. I didn't produce that actually. I procured from someone. That is, I have purchased it from someone. That is from the wholesaler. And I kept in my retail shop. And generally customers comes to the retail shop and there they'll start purchasing. So what I have purchased from the wholesaler, I am just selling to the consumer. So here what is happening? selling activity, or it can be called exchange activity. When I have purchased that from wholesaler, it has become mine. Now when a consumer purchases that for a particular price, he pays me money, and that goods, that particular product now belong to the consumer. That is what exchange we say. When I paid money to the wholesaler and purchased that, it has become mine. A particular product has become mine. It is me who is having ownership, right of ownership on that particular product. When I am selling that to someone else for a particular price, the ownership gets transferred. Once that amount is paid, that product is no more mine. It is the person's who has paid money. So that is what we say exchange. So when I say a business, it should be an economic activity, means it should be done with the intention of earning money. When I should say a particular activity as a business, there should be production or procurement of goods and services, and there should be sale or exchange of goods and services. If you don't find these features, characteristics, you cannot term that activity as a business. Similarly, it should regularly deal with goods and services. Example, I'll tell you. I have a refrigerator at my home. I want to sell it now. I want to sell it because with the intention of purchasing some new one, advanced one I want to purchase now. So what I can do with 2 refrigerators at my home, I don't have need of that. So I want to sell that. You might be very familiar with OLX and all, online shopping, second-hand goods shopping sites, right? What you find there, many customers will be selling their their goods in order to purchase something new, or they may not be in need of that, they want to sell. I might have 4-wheeler. Now I think I don't have any need of that, so I want to sell it out. So what happened? I have some good which I want to sell. For what? With the intention of earning money. So it is an economic activity. It is selling, means ownership gets exchanges. Goods are there. I'm selling my car or refrigerator, something. All the 3 conditions will be satisfied, but not the 4th one. This is what you are dealing in goods and services on a regular basis. Am I doing on a regular basis? No. Only when I feel that is not necessary, I will be doing that for once. I have a refrigerator and I want to sell it out. That's it. Once I am doing. I don't want this television, I want to sell it out. I don't want car, I just want to sell it out. That's it. I am not doing this on a regular basis, means I am not the middleman of that. If the same thing I do on a regular basis, I will purchase second-hand goods and I will be selling them to someone else, then that can be considered as business. But any selling activity, any economic activity, any production and procurement of goods and services done for one time cannot be considered as business. So when I sell my refrigerator, when I sell my car, when I sell my television, it cannot be termed as a business because I am doing it for once for all. Once, only once. I am not dealing with such activity on regular basis. If I am doing the same thing on regular basis, for example, I am purchasing the second-hand goods from someone and I will be selling to someone else. If I am dealing with that on a regular basis, then you can term me as a business person in that particular activity. But I am not doing that on a regular basis only because I don't have need. Now I want to sell it out. I am doing it for only once. Then that activity cannot be called as a business, because that activity you are not doing on a regular basis. We cannot call it as a business. Then we have earning profit. It is the basic feature, we can say, because it is the basic objective of any business. We say it is economic activity because it is done with the intention of earning money. So one of the characteristic, one of the nature of business is it is established to earn money. Then there is uncertainty of returns. See, if I involved in an economic activity called employment, after a month it is sure that I will be receiving my salary or wage. Such a certainty you don't have in a business. Is that clear? such a certainty is not there in the business. For example, if I deal with a particular client as a professional, it is sure that once that work is completed, I will be receiving my fee. They will be paying me fee. If not, I can have a case on them. But it does not. Such a certainty you cannot find for the returns in your business. Because of what? Again we say uncertainty. The profit for what the business is established is not directly flowing into the business because of the many things that you will be learning in coming up chapters. Example I'll tell you. Same, we can consider. I want to deal with purchasing some goods from someone like a retailer, wholesalers or retailers, and selling them to the third person. This is a business I want to deal. Okay, I have purchased second-hand goods from someone. Now I want to find my customers and I want to sell to them. But because of some uncertain situations, best example you can see now, almost world is suffering with this COVID-19. So because of that, what happened? It was not at all expected. All of a sudden we have entered into such situation, and we are trying to deal with this, manage with this. Okay. So what happens? I have purchased goods from someone, second-hand goods I have purchased, and now my responsibility, in order to continue in my business, what I have to do? I have to find customers so that I can sell my goods and can get my money. I have already paid to them from whom I have purchased, but that money I can get only when I am able to sell my goods to someone else. But because of this situation, I could not find any consumers. Then, don't you think I am in loss now? Because I have paid to them to whom I have to pay, but I could not receive from whom I have to receive. Because I could not sell my products. So, whom you can blame now? That is what the uncertainty we say. It is always there for the business, and the degree of uncertainty is too high in the business compared to your profession and employment. You might heard, generally elders will be saying, the experts will be saying, it is too risky to invest money into the business. The last one is element of risk. It is because of the uncertainty. Risk in the sense possibility of loss. Okay. When there is a possibility of a loss, we see that situation as a risky situation, or it is called a risk. That is, when you have possibility of losing something, when you have more possibility of losing something, we say high degree of risk. Is that clear? A risk in the sense a situation where there is a possibility of losing something. Clear? So when you are moving on the road, you can see some of the boards, accident zone there, right on that particular board. Okay. Why they write that? Because the road might be in repair or some other issue might be there. Hence, they just through that board they want to inform you that there is a risk. Is that clear? So, a situation where you may come out losing something is called a risk, and that will be always there in the business because of the uncertainty. We don't know what happens. We don't know how the situations turn. See, situations will be like this. Up to yesterday everything was good, but from today the situation changes. That we have literally experienced with this COVID-19. So, such an uncertainty will be more in the business. Hence, we say element of risk always will be present in the business. You cannot say a business without a risk, but only the degree of risk differs. In some business, the losing of money what you have invested will be less. In some other business, losing of money what you have invested will be more. You might heard about stock markets, stock exchanges, what we say in general language. Many might heard experienced people saying that it is a risky investment. Even when we see the advertisement of mutual funds in our television, that will be given, right? It involves market risks, they say. So what is this risk? A risk in the sense, a possibility of losing what you have invested. So in every business it will be there. When I say business, it is understood that the risk is present. What you have invested into the business, there is a risk of losing that. But to what extent you lose differs with that business. Some business will be having high risk, some other business will be having moderate or less risk. So these are the basic features of business. So go with the initial things. Once again, start to understand what is human activity and what are the types of human activities. Then what is economic activity, what are the types of economic activity. Then try to understand what is business, meaning of business. Then study the features. And next class will be learning the objectives. If you are good with the basic things, all other concepts easily you can grasp, that is, you are able to understand. Try to listen carefully. As I said, the concepts may be new to you, so a bit struggle you have to struggle to understand to some extent, but in later classes you feel very free. I hope you are getting the topics. So till we meet in our next class with the objectives of business, go with all these things what I have explained. Hope you do. So thank you. Bye bye.